Very good morning, everyone. A very good morning and welcome to today's Unit 2 class. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. Guys, girls, all of you all, last time we came and stopped at CSS fonts. Everyone, do you all remember that? In our last practical class, we were working with CSS fonts. Okay, how can you format your font in using CSS? Okay, guys, girls, you all remember this? Okay, where is it? Formatting, where is it? CSS fonts over here. And guys, girls, we learned of something known as web safe fonts. Anyone remember what web safe fonts are? Any definition for web safe fonts? These are fonts that are generally available on all computer systems, isn't it? Everybody, there are fonts like Times New Roman, Georgia, Calibri, Arial. These fonts are fonts that are generally available across all computers. So what did I tell you all about web safe fonts? Use it or avoid it. I recommended you all use it so that the font would load without a problem on many computers. Everybody okay with this? If you are using a font, guys, I also told you all, especially when you're not using a web safe font, what do you all do? Use something called a font. Everyone, we don't mention one font, we mention 2-3 fonts like a backup, or we say fall back. What do we use for that? Guys, girls, we were using something called font family, right? We were using something called font family where, let me open up my code. Guys, girls, everyone, where is Sublime Text? Everyone look over here. What were we doing? Everyone over here. Oh, I didn't do that with you all. I did here. We had something called a font family where if Chiller doesn't work, use Comic Sans MS. If Comic Sans doesn't work, then use Tahoma for example. Everybody okay with this? We call this font family and we call these our fallback fonts. If this doesn't work, then use this. If this doesn't work, then use this. Okay, everybody, this is where we came and stopped at last. I just want to show you all one more thing. Guys, girls, can you all read this tute with me? Everybody read this part with me. Okay. Then guys, after we work with fonts, we have various font styles. You have bold, you have italic, you have underlined. Everyone okay with this? Can we just quickly try this before we move on to font weights and hyperlinks? So everybody, can we take up a new file? I'm going to call it CSS Fonts 2. Everybody, can we create a new file called CSS Fonts 2? So I'm going to open up a new file, first the HTML file, then the CSS file. So we are going to save this as number 30 dash CSS Fonts 2.html. Everybody okay with this? CSS Fonts 2. I won't keep a space. CSS Fonts 2.html. Then everybody, okay, this is my HTML file. Save. Then I'm going to take a CSS file also. File new. I'm going to save this as number 30 dash CSS Fonts 2.css. CSS Fonts 2.css. And I'm going to click on save. Are we okay with this? So now guys, I have my HTML, CSS. I'm going to separate them. I'm going to put them in 2 different windows. HTML in one window, drag CSS out. So now CSS is in a separate window, HTML is in a separate window. Windows right, and I'll keep this on the left. Then guys, girls, can you all get your opening HTML tags? HT, and here you go, you have your HTML snippet. In my title is going to be font styles. Okay. Then guys, girls, I'll just put a heading over here, H1, working with font styles. Using CSS. working with font styles using CSS. Everybody okay with this? Now guys, girls, all of y'all, everyone look over here. I want to link my CSS file to HTML. How do we do that? What tag were we using? What tag was I using? I was using my link tag. Okay. So everybody, I'm going to open up my link tag. And then in href, I'm going to say, I'm going to copy and paste the file name. We click over here and copy the file name. I don't like typing it because I might make a mistake. And inside href, I paste it and end it with .css. Okay. Then everybody, I told you it's best for you to test if your CSS file is working with HTML. Do something that would make it very obvious. So we were changing the background color, remember? So I'll come into CSS. I'll just say body tag. I'm using what we call an element selector. Here the background color, I'm going to change it to red. Background color is red. Are we okay with this? Background color becomes red. Right, let me see now if my background color becomes red or not. I'm going to open up my web page, CSS Fonts 2. And yes, I have a red color background. Everyone, I do have a red color background. My CSS file has been linked properly with HTML. No problems. Okay, I'm waiting for you all. Right, everybody, I'm going to remove this background color now. I'm going to remove this back. It's working for me now. I'll remove this background color. It's working now for me. I'll remove it. All right, I want you all to insert a few paragraphs. Okay, you can say this paragraph uses a bold font. Then, for example, this paragraph is underlined. This paragraph is italic. Are we all okay with this? Bold, underlined, italic. Okay, right. Then guys, girls, everybody, can you stop for a second? I want to refer to this particular paragraph and I want only this. Everyone look here. I want only this particular paragraph to be bold. How do I refer to it in CSS? Shall I mention P? Shall I mention the tag? Shall I mention the element? But the problem is if I mention the element, what's going to happen? All the paragraphs are going to get affected. What is your suggestion for me? Give it an ID. That's a good idea. Why don't you give it an ID? So I'll give it an ID saying ID is equal to para 1. Then for the second paragraph, I'll give an ID called para 2. Para 2. For the third paragraph, I'll give an ID that says para 3. So I have para 1, para 2, para 3. Are we good? Then guys, girls, what am I going to do next? Save HTML. I'm going to come into CSS. And what am I going to do over here? How do you refer to an ID? Not dot. Dot is for class. Hashtag. You put a hashtag. For an ID, you have to put a hashtag. Para 1. And now what am I going to say? Font weight. To make it bold, we use font weight. Font weight, I want it to be bold. Okay? For para 1. For para 2, I want it to be underlined now. Para 2, for that we use font decoration. Font decoration. underline, we were using font text decoration. Sorry, text decoration. Everybody, we were using text decoration and we say underline. Are we okay with this? Text decoration, underline. Then for para 3, I want it to be italic now. So this will be font style. Font style should be italic. There you are. Now when I come and refresh my web page, everyone look here. Guys, girls, look here. I have bold, underline and italic. Everyone saw that? Okay, can you guys try it out and see? Simple stuff. Everyone try it out, guys. I'll be moving in a minute. Should I come to anybody's laptop? Working without a problem, right? Nothing too complex over here. Okay, this is how we deal with font styles, right? Everybody, we are moving in 30 seconds. Right, everybody, we are moving away from here. We are now going to spend some time working with hyperlinks. How do you modify how your hyperlink behaves using CSS? Everybody okay with this? So can we all take a new file now? Everybody, we are done with fonts. Okay, with font styling. We are now going to move on to hyperlinks. We all know what hyperlinks do, right? What's wrong over there? It's okay. Everyone, you all know what hyperlinks does, right? When you click on it, it performs, it takes the user to a different destination. Are we okay with this? So we are going to work on that now. So everybody, can you all take a new file, lesson number 31, file, new file. We are going to save it as lesson number 31, 31 dash hyperlinks in CSS, hyperlinks in CSS.html, and you click on save. And then can you all create your CSS file also? Save it as 31 dash hyperlinks in CSS.css. Hyperlinks in CSS.css. Hyperlinks in CSS.css. Over here, can you guys get your opening tags? HTML, can you all put the title hyperlinks? Can you all link CSS to HTML as well? Link tag, href, I'm going to copy and paste the name. Okay, click again, copy, come over here and paste it with .css. And then I want to make sure it's working properly. So background color, I'll just make it yellow. I want to make sure the linking is proper. It is working. Background color has appeared for me. It is working without a problem for me. Can you guys try it out, everyone? Right, everybody, we're gonna keep moving. Now, guys, I'm gonna put a simple heading over here. I'll put a heading over here that says H1. Yeah. Modifying hyperlinks using CSS. Okay, right. Then, guys, girls, can I have a, what was the tag we were using for a hyperlink? Anyone remembers the tag? Anchor tag, right? We were using the anchor tag. And over here, guys, I'm going to say, click here to view lesson what? Click here to view lesson 27. Click here to view lesson 27. Okay. Now, everybody, I want to connect this to lesson 27. Okay, one of our previous lessons, I want to connect it to. So what was the attribute we were using to connect it to a different destination? Louder? href, right? Hypertext reference. So inside this, we say href is equal to, and now mention the name of the file that you want to connect it to, or the URL or address of the area destination that you want to send the user to. So everybody, in my folder, where is it? Lesson number 27 is here, no? CSS revision 1. I'll click on it, copy its name, the HTML file, not the CSS file. The HTML file is what you will call, and I'll paste it inside href.html. Okay, 27-revision1.html. Let me first make sure the hyperlink is working. Everybody, I'm going to save my work. I remove the background color. I don't need background color anymore. I'm going to make sure my hyperlink is working first. Boys, look here. When I click on this, everyone look here. When I click on this, lesson 27 is opening up. My hyperlink is working. Can you guys first get your hyperlink to work, then we'll modify it? Okay. And guys, I want you to notice something else. Can you all see the color of the hyperlink? The default color, before I visited it, what was it? Before I visited it, do you guys notice it was blue color? Sorry, wrong file. Now I have clicked on it, has become purple now. Before I visited it was blue color. Everyone saw that? Boys behind, are you all with me? Okay, after visiting it, it became purple color. So using CSS, I'm going to control the colors of when it first appears, when I visit it. Also, what about when I hover over it? When I hover over it also, you can change the color. Are we okay with this? So everyone, we're going to work on that now. Okay. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is, everyone, I'm going to take my hyperlink tag, and I'm going to say what? My hyperlink tag, it should have a color of, we'll choose a very different color. We'll go with, I don't know, we'll go with black maybe. I want my hyperlink color to be black in color. Okay, not blue. Okay, I want it to be black. my anchor tag. Sorry, everyone, I had one more thing. My anchor tag's link, I want its color. My anchor tag's link at normal times, I want it to be black. Okay. Then my anchor tag, when I visit it, my anchor tag visited. Okay, my anchor tag when it is visited. Okay, I want its color to become, I don't know, we'll make it red. If I have visited it, it should become red. Then if it is actively open, I'm viewing it right now. If the hyperlink is right now opened, then the color should change to, if it's active right now, I want it to have a background color of yellow. If it is active, active means it is open right now. The hyperlink is open right now. Then I want it to have a background color of red. And if I hover over it, if I take the cursor over it, anchor tag colon hover, on hover, I want the color to become what? On hover, I want the color to become, what color should I take? Dark green. I want it to become dark, or just green. On hovering over it, I want it to become green. Okay, everyone, look over here. Also, I have one more question for you all. Guys, how do I get this hyperlink to open up in a separate tab? Target. So in HTML, after href or before href, you're going to add one more attribute called target. Target is equal to, yeah, underscore blank. Everybody okay with this? My target is going to be equal to underscore blank, which means open this in a new tab. Everyone can help us look at my output and then practice it. So everyone look here. I have set target equal underscore blank, which means open it up in a new tab. Now guys, let's see. It should appear black in color. Let's see. When I refresh, it's not appearing black in color. Why is it? Visited. I made a spelling mistake in visited. Visited. Okay, right. So now everyone, let's try again. I'm going to open this in an incognito tab. Open with because otherwise it's appearing in the visited column because I visited it already. Let's take it in incognito. Control Shift N, Control V, Enter. There you are. Everyone saw this? Boys, can you look here? It's now appearing in black color because I never visited it. It's appearing in black. Now, guys, girls, look here. When I visit it, can you guys see when I hover? Everyone saw when I hover, it becomes green. Everyone saw? When I hover, it becomes green. When I click on it, it opens in a new tab. And right now it's active. No, it's open now. Can you guys see over here? Look here. When I click, it's now active. Can you guys see? It becomes yellow in color. And then after visiting it, if I come back and refresh this, I visited it, should change color now. I think incognito doesn't record that I visited it. Let's try once more. Let me do it over here. Now over here, guys, can you all see I have visited it? It's becoming red color. Everyone saw it. I think incognito doesn't record that I visited it. It doesn't record history now. So it doesn't record that I visited it. Over here, it becomes red because it has recorded that I visited this link. Are we all okay with this? So you can see all of these are working over here. If you have never visited it, it will be black color. Once you visit, it becomes red. When you click on it, when you just click on it, it becomes background color becomes yellow. And when you hover over it, you take the cursor over it, it becomes green in color. Can you guys try all of these? Are we allowed to use VS Code? Yes, you can use VS Code. Okay, can you guys try this? This is what we call modifying hyperlinks. Okay, using CSS. One second, please. Everyone okay with this? Is it working for you all? Okay, so now you all know how to work with hyperlinks as well, how to modify it. Okay. So very soon when we start doing HTML and CSS past paper questions, these tiny components that you guys are learning, font styling, modifying hyperlinks, using combined selectors, using simple selectors, okay, using, all this will then come together when you guys are doing past paper questions. Right now I'm teaching you piece by piece. When we attempt past paper questions, all of these are going to come together. Okay, problem there. Okay. See? That's what I did. Is this okay? Check it out. Right, boys, girls, everyone, let's keep moving. Right, everybody, we are done with hyperlinks. You guys know how to modify hyperlinks. Can we move on to our next part then? Everyone, done with hyperlinks. Okay. Right, then we move on to text decoration also, which we have done. Everybody, but we are talking about text decoration for your hyperlink. Okay. Right, everybody. Let's say, for example, by default, there is a line appearing below your hyperlink now. Everybody, by default, there is a what? There is a line appearing below your hyperlink. Okay. So what you can do is, everyone, I'm talking about this line over here. This line over here, by default, it's appearing. Say, for example, you don't want it, everybody. Let's say, for example, you don't want it. So then what do I do over here? Where's my code? I can come over here. My hyperlink is there now. Color is black. Also, text decoration, none. None means no underlining it. Okay. So now, guys, you have to put that for visited and active and all that. Okay. So I'll copy and paste this for visited as well. Even after visiting it, there should be no line underneath it. Even when I click on it, the line should not appear. Okay. When I click on it also, the line should not appear. Now save it. Save it. Everyone look at my hyperlink. When I refresh it, can you all see? The line is gone. Okay. But it still works. Everyone saw the line is not there. But would you recommend doing this? Would you recommend changing the color of a hyperlink and removing the line? Why are you saying no? Sorry? Why are you saying no, not to remove it? Why are you saying not to change the color? Exactly. The user can mistake it for normal text because we all know a hyperlink has a line underneath it. We all know hyperlinks are generally blue or purple. We are used to that. By you removing this line and changing the colors, you're going to confuse the user. They may not know where the hyperlink is. Are we good? So generally, we don't modify hyperlinks unless you are instructed to do so. Okay, unless examiner has specifically stated change it, then you change it. Otherwise, you don't. Okay, right, guys. In a minute, I'm moving from here. Try this out. Text decoration. Come on, everybody, can you try out this text decoration? Okay, right. Everybody, I'm saving this then. We are done with text decoration. Then what do we move on to next? Then guys, girls, we move on to background color. Background color, I showed you all right. A hyperlink's background color, you can change it over hovering. Okay, right. Then guys, girls, we are going to move on to tables. Okay, everybody. We are now going to move on to tables. Okay. We will, I'm sorry, we will be spending a certain amount of time over here. Okay, right. Everybody, can we take up lesson number 32, tables in CSS? Lesson number 32, tables in CSS. So we take a new HTML file and we save it. Number 32 dash tables in CSS.html. Or shall I make it easy for you? Shall I say CSS tables? Because when I put CSS at the end, it's confusing some of you all. CSS tables.html. CSS tables.html. And then we have another one. CSS tables.css. Lesson number 32 dash CSS tables.css. And we click on save. Can you guys get your opening tags? And guys, girls, can you all check if if CSS is working for your this thing? I need 5 minutes, please. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Can you guys check this out? You okay? Did I give you the cold or did you give me the cold? Everyone, can you all just check whether the background color is working? I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay. Check whether the background color is working. Right, sorry about the delay. Guys, girls, all of you, did you all check the background color? Students online, all of you, let's get back. So we delete the background color. Background color is deleted. All right, everybody, can we start working on a table? Okay, as usual, guys. Can we put over here H1 modifying a table using CSS? Modifying a table using CSS. And then, guys, girls, can I create a basic table? Okay, so we're going to have a table, and inside this table, everybody, we're going to talk about the subjects offered at Platinum. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So everybody, normally in a table, we first create what? The row or the column? You all remember? In a table, you first create a what? You first create a row, right? And then you start filling it column wise. Agree? You open a row and then column wise you start filling it. So everybody, your first row is normally your heading row, right? You want it to be bold and center aligned, isn't it? So I'm going to use the TH tag. TH stands for table heading. So I'm going to say TH over here, table heading. Okay. So everyone, I forgot to open the row now. I didn't open the row yet. Let's open the row first. Table row open. Inside the first row, I'm going to put my heading that says over here, comma stream, and I'm going to have another heading that says science stream. Are we okay with this? So we have two headings, commerce and science. Right. Then, guys, girls, I'm going to open up my next row. I'm going to open up my next row, table row open. However, over here, I'm going to have ordinary data. So, for example, we have table data. I'm opening up my first cell. Inside this, what do we say? We will say comma stream now. So, accounts. Then we have another cell that says accounts, business. And we have another one that says what? Economics. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. We are going accounts. Then the next column will say biology, isn't it? Next column now. Right. Then in my next row, what will I have? In my next row, I'm going to copy and paste. Here I'm going to have business. And next to business, we're going to have chemistry. On the next cell, we have chemistry. Then in the next row, what do we have? We have economics. And in the next row, we will have, in the next cell, we will have physics. So everybody, let me just quickly have a look if my table looks all right. And then I'll wait for you all. CSS tables, so far so good. Everyone, there are no borders or anything, but table looks fine. Okay. Right, can you guys try this out? Okay, everybody, this is our table. We are going to start modifying this table now. Okay. Come on, guys, 30 seconds to go. See your table, everybody. Please do have a look at your table. Okay, a very, very simple table. Step number one will be obviously put borders for this table to make it look like a table. Okay, right. Who's over there? Come on, phones away. Okay, guys, try copying and pasting instead of typing every single thing. Okay. Right, everybody. Now we start modifying the table. We start putting CSS properties for it. So everybody, starting off with the table. So I'm going to say table, and look what happens over here. For the table tag, I need borders. So I open parenthesis and I say I need a border. How thick of a border? 1 pixel. I need a 1 pixel border. And if you want, in the same thing, you can say solid black. Or if you want, you can then go on to say border color. The border color should be black, or let's go in the other order. The border style should be solid. You know what solid means, no? Solid means straight line. You have solid, you have dotted, you have dashed. I'm going to go with solid, and then I'm going to say the color, the border color, I want it to be black. Everyone, can you stop for a minute and see what my output looks like? Look here, look here. I have told the table should have the following properties now. See what the output looks like. Everyone, can you all see where did the border appear? The border appeared basically on the outline of the table only here. So then guys, how do I get the rows and the cells affected? How do I get the rows and the cells affected? Right now only the table has got affected, not the cells and the rows. So then what do? I can then say, guys, you're not worth telling me now. I need these rows or these cells also to have borders. So then what do? What do then? Right now only the table, the outline of the table is only having a border. How do I get the cells and the rows also to have it? TH and TD. Even the TH tags, even the TH tag should have it. Even the TD tags, the table headings and the table data should also have borders. Now shall we save and see? Now you come and refresh. Can you see? The entire, every component of the table is covered now. No, they are all having borders now. The table is having a border. The table headings are having borders. Are we good with this? Okay. Right. Everybody okay with this? I'll add one more thing and hand it over to you all. Can you all see these gaps between the borders? Okay. So I'll try putting border spacing as 0. Border spacing as 0 I'll put. We'll see if that works. If that works, then okay. Otherwise, you have to use something else. So I'll say 0. Let me put 0 first and see if it makes a difference. 0 makes a difference. Everyone saw that? Okay, when you put 0, there are no gaps between the borders in the headings and the table data. Okay, can you guys try this out? Everyone try this out, Okay. Hey guys, girls, everyone, I want to make my table bigger. Everybody, I want to make my table 50% of the width of the page. Everyone, or more than 50, let's make it 60%, I want my table to be 60% the width of my web page. So guys, girls, all of y'all, what do we do there? I can use width. Do I put width over here? If I put width over here, it's going to affect my table heading and my table data cells, which I don't want to touch. So then what do? I come and say table, only table. And what do I do over here? Only for the table tag, the width should become 60%. Only for the table tag, width is 60%. Now come and refresh, your entire table gets bigger. Everyone saw that? Then guys, girls, everybody then, your table width is done, right? Then guys, what was the property, boys, girls? What was the property we were using to control the gap between the borders and the content inside? Padding. So now padding needs to be applied where? Do I need to apply to the whole table or only to the cells? Only to the cells, right? So what are your cell tags? TH and TD. Excellent. Okay, so now only for TH and TD, TH comma TD, only for these two tags, we need padding of, I don't know how much. I'll just say 5 pixel for 10 pixel. I need a padding of 10 pixel. Now when I come and refresh it, can you guys see? Your cells are having gaps between the border and the content inside. Everyone saw that? This is what we call padding. Then my next question for you all is, all the account subjects should have a light yellow background. All the commerce subjects, what am I saying? All the commerce subjects should have a light yellow background. All the science subjects should have a light green background. How do we do that? ID. Give IDs for them. So everybody, what do we do here? For all the commerce subjects, give an ID called com. Okay, so for all the commerce subjects, I'll come and say ID equal com. I'll copy and paste it. Control C, Control V, Control V. And for all the science subjects, I'll give an ID called SCI. Okay, Control C, Control V, Control V for all the science subjects. Then guys, girls, what do we do over here? In CSS, hashtag com, yeah, what will your property be? Background color. The background color should be light yellow, and for hashtag SCI, the background color should be light green. Guys, when colors have two names, there are no spaces. Light yellow is one word, light green is one word. Now when I come and refresh, boys, girls, look here. Light yellow, light green. Looks good, no? Okay. And so we will get a bit messed up. Everybody, that's it with tables also. I was expecting it to take a little longer, but you guys were able to grasp it quickly. So then what we have next is width and height. I have shown it to you all. Horizontal alignment. I'll show that to you all now. Okay, I'll show that to you all now. Okay. Right, everybody. Guys, girls, can you all increase the height of all the cells also? I want to show you all something else. Can you all increase the height of all your cells? All your TH and TDs, the height. Can you make it, I don't know, 20 pixel, can you make it? I think 20 is good. We'll see. Can everyone make your height? No, not enough. Can you increase it further to maybe 40? Increase it to 40. Okay. Everybody increase your height to 40 pixel. For all the table headings and all the table data cells, the height should become 40 pixel. Okay. Okay. Then guys, girls, everybody, you all know, done no? 30 seconds will move. If possible, can you all reduce the padding to 5? For me to explain this point, I need a lot of space. Can you all reduce the padding to 5 pixel? Just a small number. I need space to explain this point. Okay. Now, you all know what is horizontal? No, horizontal is which way? Left to right. Everyone know what is horizontal? If I say horizontal line, how do you draw your line? From left to right. If I say vertical line, top to bottom. Is it clear? Horizontal is left to right and vertical is top to bottom. Right. Everybody, can you all create a new, can you all refer only to the table data? Only to table data. I want you all to understand the following. You have left, center, right. That is what alignment, horizontal or vertical? If I say left, center, right, that is horizontal now. Left, center, right. It's all horizontal. Everyone okay with that? Can you all try it out? If I say text align, when I say text align, I'm talking about horizontally. How do you adjust it? So for example, if I say right over here, all your table data cells, the values will be horizontally on the right. Check and see if that's true. When you come and refresh it, can you see all your table data values are on the right? What if, boys, what if you want them to be on the right and at the bottom? You don't want them to be in the middle. You get it right now? They're all in the middle now. What if you want them to be on the right but at the bottom? Okay. So then what do we do? Then you can add one more. You can say over here, vertical align bottom. Okay. Vertical align. One second. A little confusing over here. One second, please. Vertical align. Can you guys say bottom over here? Okay, everybody okay with that? When you say vertical line align bottom, your text goes down to the bottom. Are we okay with that? So what are your other options for vertical align? Bottom, top, middle. Bottom, middle, top. You all okay with those three? By default, it is in the middle. If you want to change it top to bottom, you have to manually mention it. Are we okay with that? This is what we call vertical align. If you say text align, you're talking about the horizontal side. If you say vertical align, you're talking from top to bottom. Okay? Right. With that, we come to the end of tables. Am I right or wrong? With that, we come to the end of tables. Correct. This is where things are going to get quite messy. Okay? Break. Can I break in 5 minutes? 10:45 as usual, we'll break. Okay? We'll break at 10:45. We'll create this file and then take a break. Okay? Not working there, boys? Working or not working? Working. Okay. Right. Then guys, lesson number 33. CSS Positions.html, CSS Positions.css. This particular part that we're going to learn, you're going to be heavily using it in your exam paper. Heavily. So can we get started? File, new file, number 33. File save, number 33 dash CSS Position.html. Number 33 CSS Positions.html. And then number 33 file, new file, number 33 dash CSS Positions.css. Are we good? CSS Positions.html and CSS Positions.css. Can you all do the opening tags and the linking, please? HTML from here. The title will be CSS Positions. The link will be what? href will be what? Are you going to copy and paste the name? Click again, Control C, Control V, dot CSS. Let me put a background color and see if it's working. Body. Background color, I'll just make it red. Save it. Save it. Let me see if the background color became red. It becomes red, then peace of mind. You know your CSS file is properly linked. It has become red, so I know it's working properly for me. I don't have to worry about whether it's linked properly or not. Okay, I'll remove the background color now. Okay. Then can I put a heading over here? Working with CSS Positions. Okay. Then below that, can you open up a text box? Anyone remembers the tag we were using for a text box? Div tags. Okay. Div open, div closed. Okay. All okay? Check your outputs, everyone. With that, guys, you all can take your. Everybody, we have a text box over here. Inside this text, oh, I forgot to share the screen. Inside this particular text box, everybody, I'm going to type some text. Just take it down with me, okay? Can you guys note this down? Can you guys say over here, this text box follows the position property of static, not of static. Okay, this text box follows the position property of static. Okay, meaning it appears wherever the cursor, meaning the text box, appears wherever the cursor is. Okay, wherever the cursor is after the previous element. Okay, guys, girls, everyone, can I look over here? I type this down and then look at my screen. Okay, I want to show you all something. Okay, everybody, do you all remember H1 is a block level element? Remember? H1 is a block level element. Now, so what does that mean? It takes up the entire width of your web page. So anything that you put after H1, where is it going to, after H1, if you put anything, where is it going to appear? It's going to appear in the next line. Okay, that's where the cursor is going to be. Okay, so is that true? Is it actually happening in your web page? Can you guys check and see? Everyone, look over here. I'll refresh I'll save my content, save HTML, save CSS. Now, when I come and open up my web page, everybody, CSS Positions, look here, guys, my H1 ended here. H1 is a block level element. Guys, look here, below. H1 is a block level element. So what happened? Cursor jumped over here. So now when I inserted my div tag, it automatically appeared over here. Are we all okay with this? Okay. Now, if you use the position static, we have a position called static. If you use static, what does it mean? Put the content wherever the cursor is. You get it? Wherever your cursor is, that's where the content is going to appear. That is what we call position static. Okay. So guys, girls, everybody, for this div box, I'm going to give it an ID. I'm going to give this text box an ID called, I'll just call it div1, div1. And in CSS, everybody, I'm going to refer to div1, div1. Okay, its position is static. Its position is static. Static means place it wherever the cursor is right now. Wherever the cursor is right now, that's where it's going to appear. Okay, right. And then I'm going to give it a few more properties so it looks like a text box. I'll give it a border, 1 pixel solid. I'll put it in separate this thing. Border is 1 pixel. The border color is black. Black. The border style is solid. So we'll go with dotted this time. We'll do dotted. Okay. And I'll give it a height of, I don't know, 50 pixel. I'll also do what you know. I'll give it a padding of, I don't know, 5 pixel. I'll also decrease its width. Its width is going to be, I don't know, 200 pixel. Let me see how it looks now. Everybody, this is what my height is not enough, no? The border, I'll increase its thickness, 3 pixel. Okay, everybody. Can you all check and see this is working for you all? This is my text box. And my text box is following a position called static, which means follow the cursor, appear wherever the cursor is. Okay? Everybody okay with this? Then after this, we move in 1 minute. So here, everybody, we then go on to create our next text box. Okay? Now everybody, I open up my next text box. Guys, see your output before proceeding to the next text box. Otherwise, you won't know where the problem is occurring. Okay? Over here, I'll say, I'll copy and paste this and edit it. This text box follows the position property of relative. Relative, meaning the text box appears wherever the user places it, relative to where the cursor was. Sounds very confusing. I'll tell you all what that means. This text box follows a position property called relative. What do you mean by relative? The text box will appear wherever you want to place it based on where the cursor was earlier. Okay? Based on where the cursor was. So, guys, girls, everybody, type this and look at my screen. 30 seconds, everybody. Okay. So, guys, girls, all of y'all, now you all tell me, everyone look here. Tell me, guys, div tags are also block level elements now, everyone. Div tags are also block level elements. So where is my cursor stopped now? My text box was here. Where is my cursor right now? Div tags are also block level elements. I did not refresh my web page yet. So tell me right now, based on the current situation, where is my cursor? Is my cursor here? Answer A here or answer B here? Answer B, right? Boys, I'm looking here. Boys, look here, video. My cursor is right now here because this div tags are block level elements. They take up the entire width. You get it? So right now my cursor is blinking here. Now when you use the position property relative, based on this position, you can move your text box. Based on which position? Based on this position. This is where the cursor is right now. So based on this, you can move the text box. Shall we see how? Okay, so everyone now look here. I'm going to refresh my web page now. So when I refresh my web page, can you all see? I didn't give any position yet, no? I didn't give any position yet. Can you all see where it appeared? So based on this, I'm going to use a position called relative. When you use relative, you can move this text box based on this cursor position. Based on the cursor position here. Are we okay? You'll understand that? Okay, based on this position, you can now move it. If you use the property relative, if you use the position property relative, based on this cursor position, you can move it. We'll see how that works. So everybody, guys, girls, I'm going to give this an ID. ID is going to be called div2. Boys, when I'm working, can you look here? My ID is going to be div2. Now what am I going to do? The same properties as div1. I'll only change the border color so that you all can differentiate. So over here, I'll come and say div2. Position won't be static. Position will be relative. Relative. Position is relative. Border thickness is the same. The border color, I'll just make it blue. So you all can identify it. The border style, the height, the padding, the width will all remain the same. Okay, so everyone give me a second. Save this. Save this. When I come and refresh, guys, can you all see? Everyone saw? It has appeared. Okay, now my cursor started from here now. So based on this position, based on this is where my cursor started. Based on my cursor starting position, I can move this text box now. Everybody okay with this? We'll see how. Okay, you can only move it when you give the position relative. Relative to what? Relative to the starting point of your cursor. Okay. So guys, girls, okay. Everyone saw the output. 30 seconds I'm moving. Okay. So everybody, from the left side, let's say for example, So everybody, from the left side, guys, look here. From the left, I want to keep a gap of 20 pixel. I don't know how much is 20 pixel, but from the left, from this point onwards, I want to keep a gap of 20 pixel. So what do I say? From the left, give me a gap of, we'll put a large number, 50 pixel. Let's put 50 pixel. Now guys, can you all see what happens? Everyone look here. When I refresh this, can you all see? From this point, it moved 50 pixel away from the left. You understood that? It moved 50 pixel away from the left. Now let's say I want there to be a big gap between these two. Then what do? I want there to be a big gap between these two. Remember, my cursor was here. So based on this only, you are going to move it. So how do you get a big gap here? Not a break you can, without using break, using top. From the top, give me a gap of 50 pixel. You can now say from the top. Remember, your cursor was here. So from this point, give me a gap of 50 pixel. So now you can say from the top, give me a gap of 50 pixel. So now see what happens. This moves down. Everybody saw it? It moves down. Basically, it has kept a gap of 50 pixel from the top. Okay? Top is where? The top is where the cursor was before this was created. Okay? You can only move this. You can only use top, bottom, left, right when your position property is relative. Are we good? Only when it is relative, you can move it. Are we good? Right. Then guys, girls, everybody. Okay. Then we are going to do a third one where we are going to have a text box inside the text box. And how do you move the second text box that's inside the first text box? Did you all understand what I told you all? We are going to have now a text box inside a text box. And then how do you move the text box that is inside the text box? We are going to deal with that now. Okay. So everybody, let me make sure I have covered everything with you all. Static, relative, fixed, absolute, yes. Right, everybody, we are going to create another text box with relative property, okay? With relative property again. So everybody, again, I'm going to copy and paste this. And I'm going to call it div box number 3. Div box number 3. I'll remove the meaning. The meaning I'll remove. I'll remove the meaning. The meaning I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to give it the same properties as div 2, except that, you know, the position I'm not going to change. Meaning top, bottom, left, right, I'm not going to do. Div 3, position will be relative. Border will be the same. Border color will make it pink below. Border style can be dotted. Height can be the same. Padding can be the same. Width can be the same. Left and top, I'll remove. Left and top, I'm going to remove. Okay, what do you guys think? Now guys, look at this. Can everyone stop for a second? Below div 2, I inserted a text box. Okay. And it also has a position of relative. Let's see where it appears. So everybody, I'll come and save this also. This is where my text box has appeared. When I refresh it, guys, you all understand why it's appearing over here? Sorry? Anyone understands why it's appearing over here? Because in my previous div box, don't look at the moving part. Without the moving part, where did the cursor stop? Without the moving part, where did my cursor stop? My cursor came and stopped over here. You guys agree? Without the moving part. Without the moving, my cursor was here. So now when I put my next div box, it appears wherever the cursor is. The cursor is here, so it appears over here. And now you can see it's clashing. So how would you move this? How would you move this down? Using the top property. From the top, you're going to keep a gap. I hope this makes sense. This is a bit difficult to explain, but without the moving, where was the cursor? The cursor was here. This is where the cursor was. We moved it. Okay, but the cursor is still here. So based on this position, the next text box will appear. Now you can see it's clashing with the previous text box. So you need to bring this a little down. So what shall we say now? I'll come over here and say from the top, give me a gap of, I don't know, 100 pixel. Now let's save and refresh. 100 seems to be a little too much. I'm going to reduce it to 60. Give me a gap of 60 pixel. Are we good? Now. Now everybody, inside this text box, inside div 3, I'm going to open another text box. Boys behind, okay? Inside this text box, I'm going to open up another text box. And then I'm going to ask you guys, how do I move this new text box? So everybody, after this paragraph, okay, I'm going to open up another text box inside this text box. So div, I'll give it an ID of 4. Div ID is equal to 4. Inside this, I'll say this text box follows the position property of absolute. Okay. Absolute position is only used to move text boxes that are inside a relative text box. Everybody, when do we use absolute? We only use the position absolute when we have a text box that is inside a relative text box. Okay? It will take some time for you guys to get used to this. Okay? Absolute position is only used to move text boxes that are inside a relative text box. So I'm going to give some simple properties for box 4. Some simple properties I'm going to give it. Okay, so I'll just copy div 3 and paste again. Position will not be relative, position will be absolute. Border 3 pixel border color will make it, I don't know, green. Dotted height, I'm going to reduce it to, I don't know, 60 pixel. Padding will remain the same, width will become a bit smaller. I'll make it 200 pixel. Top, remove this top position, remove this top, okay? Remove this top. Control S, Control S. Check my output, everybody. What happened? My ID was wrong, no? div4. div4. Now everything should be okay. Okay, everybody. The color didn't work now. I put pink color again. Border color is green. I know what happened. I'll tell you all what happened. Okay. I'll tell you all what happened. Okay. Right. Then boys, girls, everybody. Okay. I'll tell you all what has happened. Inside my text box, I have a text box. Everybody okay with this? You can't see the green color because the pink color is covering it. Everybody okay with it? The pink color is covering the green color border. They're exactly behind each other. I'm going to slowly move them. I'll slowly move them, then you will see it. Okay. Now, everyone, when you're moving a text box inside a text box, what position should you use? You must use absolute. Absolute is used when you're moving a text box that is already inside a text box. In order for absolute to work, the original text box, the first text box should have a property of relative. Do you guys can you remember these rules? In order for div 4's absolute to work, div 3 must have a position of relative. Are we okay with this? Right. Now, guys, girls, listen carefully. My second text box, everybody, can you all see where did it start? It has started over here. Everyone okay with this? My second text box has started over here. Basically, after this text, it has appeared over here. This text box, boys, girls, I'm gonna now gently move this a little bit away from the left. The absolute text box, I'm gonna move it away from the left. Okay, so everyone, shall we try that out? I'm gonna say now left. I'm gonna say left. From the left, give me a gap of, I don't know, 50 pixel from the left. Control S. Okay, but we have a problem over here. Maybe the width will not be able to support it. We'll check. Now everybody, when I come and refresh this, what happened? Nothing happened now. I saved this. I saved this. Okay. Border color is also okay. Absolute. Let me just increase this width to 600 pixels so I can see what's happening inside. Otherwise, there's no space. Right. Something is wrong in my code. Can anyone find it? 600 pixel. div. Oh, guys, my ID is 4. Here I have said div 4. I need to say div 4 over here. Right, now it should be okay. I have said 4 over here. Here I have said div 4. Right, now everyone check this out. Everyone, can you all see it now? Guys, girls, stop. Look over here. Where is my cursor in the first text box? It came in, the cursor was where, guys? The cursor was starting from here. Everybody okay with this? My cursor was here. So based on this, what did I do? Based on this, I said move how much from the left? Move 50 pixel from the left. So everybody, based on the cursor over here, from here it has moved 50 pixel to the left. Can you guys see? Everyone okay with this? Okay. And now the height is a problem. We'll have to increase the height. Okay. But guys, you all don't need to properly understand it, but you all understand. If you want to follow wherever the cursor is, we use the position static. If you want to move the text box, you use position relative. If you want to move a text box inside the text box, we use position absolute. Okay, there's still some more to go. Okay, can you guys try this out first? Try this out first. And then my last part to you all is I want to take this. 600 is a bit too much. I'll reduce it to 500. I can even bring it to 400. I think 400 should do the job. I want to bring my text box 4. What did I do? Okay, I want to bring this to the, what do you call, I want to bring it to the right. As much as possible to the right, I want to bring it. What can I do? First try this out, man. First try this out. You all need to have an output like this. Looks like a messy output, but have an output like this. Okay. Your green color text box is inside your pink color text box. Are we okay with this? Guys, girls, boys, all of y'all, I want to bring this, everyone, I want to bring this to the utmost right. I can keep increasing my right value. Oh, an easier value away would be, I can keep increasing left 50 pixels, 60 pixels, 70, 80 until it comes to the end. Oh, I could just say right. From the right, keep how much of a gap? I could keep increasing the left gap, increase until it comes to right. Or I could simply say from the right, keep a gap of how much? Keep a gap of 0. Or keep a gap of 5 pixel from the right. From the right, keep only a gap of 5 pixel. Now what happens? So I'll remove left and say from the right, I want a gap of only 5 pixel, a tiny gap from the right. Now see where your text box goes. Your text box goes to the absolute right. Everybody okay with this? Okay. Okay, everybody. So now you all know how static works. Static doesn't have much. You all know relative you already be using a lot. Absolute also you already be using a lot. There are two more to go through, fixed and sticky. Those I haven't still seen a past paper question having those two, but you all still need to know about it. Okay, there are two more properties, fixed and sticky, which we will be learning next week. Okay, guys, did this work for you all? Anybody it didn't work for? Everybody it's working for? Okay, guys, I'm stopping at this point then. So next week when we meet up, we need to do fixed and sticky. And guys, we are very, very close to the end of CSS. Very close to the end of CSS. So maybe in the third week of October, we will be starting JavaScript. Okay, so things are moving quite fast. Okay, right, guys, until we meet again next Thursday, take care, stay safe, have a nice weekend, all of you all. Okay, take care, everyone.